Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TW episode. You join us today for our first Lightning show after Blood and Guts, and we're now on the way to Fight for the Fallen. A pretty decent show here, quite happy with it, and hopefully you'll be intrigued by the storylines as they progress. So without further ado, we'll crack on with this week's taping of AEW Lightning from Albuquerque, New Mexico. So the pit in said place is where we're at, 15,411, and we've got our dark matches for the evening. El Phantasmo defeats Jack Evans in 7:38 with greetings from Camwood Park. That is a 65. We have Riho defeat Tay Conti in 8:05 with a Northern Lights suplex. That was a 53. I'm just going to do this now because hopefully it won't pop up again. We had Bandido and Samaral del Sol defeat Eddie Dennis and Gabriel Kidd in 11, with Bandido pinning Eddie Dennis with a Revolution Fly. That was a 56. Fairly happy with that. I'm just going to handle the changes. It's just basically changing Punk's gimmick to make him a man on a mission. That also got poor. We had Chelsea Green and Mercedes Varnado of the Fashion Empire defeat Maki Ito and Maya Yuki in 7:51 when Chelsea submitted Maya. A 58 here. It's a shame we're going to split the two Japanese ladies up, but I feel Maya needs some work. But good win there for Chelsea and Mercedes, and it shows there's a bit of depth to the Fashion Empire. Had Walter defeat QT Marshall in 7:56 with a Golden Bomb. 68, pretty damn solid there. Walter producing some very, very good stuff. And Scorpio Sky defeated Peter Avalon in 8:21 with a Blackout, and that was 62. So we start the show then with a celebration of our new mixed tag team champions, Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D, and Adam Cole. It's an over-the-top celebration, but Saraya and PAC decide to intervene, crash the festivities and say they maybe were unlucky at Blood and Guts, but they're going to make their way and become the champions here. They're going to take the belts off of Britt Baker and Adam Cole tonight in our main event. Next up, we had some trios action, and it was the team of El Generico alongside Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Honor, who picked up the victory over David Finlay Jr., Axel Dieter Jr. and Sammy Guevara when El Generico pinned Axel Dieter Jr. with a brainbuster after 11:42. So yeah, pretty damn decent there, 75. We all know Generico's over. Kyle O'Reilly doing pretty good stuff there, and Sammy's just tremendous in this mod, so delighted with that. And yeah, that'll continue a little feud there between Generico and Sammy. Hype package for Jon Moxley, who is back tonight and he will be in action. Drew is a 69. And we had an abysmal matchup that saw Thunder Rosa defeat Deonna Purrazzo in 8:27 with La Rosa. Just a 34 here because both are lacking the overness, but again you're hoping this exposure allows them to get to where they need to be. So a 34 for that one. Thunder Rosa closing in those 50 ratings. Then I've wrote Walter backstage with Axel Dieter Jr., David Finlay Jr. and Eli Dragunov, and he just says it's a disgrace how he seems to be the only one pulling his weight around here as the AEW Live champion. He needs the likes of Dieter Jr. and Finlay Jr. to get over these losses that keep occurring and progress further. So just basically shouting at them, try to rally the troops basically in this segment. Terrible matchup, we saw Ashley defeat Gazelle Shaw in 3:55 with the figure 4. Squash match, simple submission victory for Ashley to look good, and that was a 59 rated matchup. We then moved over to the Hardys, cut a promo saying they find it quite interesting that Proud and Powerful have become tag team champions, but it's up to them to show they belong still at the elite level, and they're going to do that with a win in tonight's 8-man tag team match. 68. Our opponents include the Acclaimed Doc Gallows and Carol Anderson, so we'll have a Max Caster promo, rap, and we'll have Gallows and Anderson just agreeing and nod with their rapping skills of Max Caster, who delivers a 53. The 8-man tag itself featured the Hardys teaming with the Motorcycle Machine Guns, which, to be truthfully honest, would be some sort of a dream match for me a couple of years ago. But it was about the had not much heat, terrible wrestling, and it saw the Good Brothers and the Acclaimed pick up the victory over the Hardys and the Motorcycle Machine Guns in 12-13 when Carol Anderson pinned Alex Shelley with the Anderson Spine Buster. I'm trying to get the Acclaimed over to give us another over tag team. I feel the Good Brothers need some work, so them getting a victory over a team like the Hardys, really, really good, and it should work towards their progression going forward. Our camera is then cut to the backstage area where they notice Bayley has bumped into Mercedes Varnado. They get in each other's faces, they start swinging for the fences, and it takes a lot of haymakers, a lot of road agents and staff to pull them apart. Bayley underperforms, Mercedes came across well. I feel these kind of angles can get Bayley a bit more over, but I really want these two to get ready for some tussles in the future. Next up in a decent matchup, Jon Moxley defeated Angelico in 6:46 with the Death Rider, 72. A simple matchup for Moxley to make him look $1 million, and I felt like Angelico was a perfect opponent for that. Moxley then cuts a promo, an 84, very, very strong one from Mox. Just says it's been a month or so since he's been in action. He's going to hunt around, going to see who he can pick a fight with, and then maybe start putting himself towards recapturing that AEW World Championship belt. Then I have a backstage promo from Shayna Baszler, Layla Hirsch and Daria Bernato, and they just say how, well, they've frequently been on, obviously, the Dynamite brand. They're making their way to the Lightning brand to see who can even muster a challenge towards the new Women's Tag Team Champions. That was a 59. Next up, we had a decent matchup between the Lucha Bros and the Best Friends. There was a win for the Lucha Bros in 8:53 when Penta pinned Chuck Taylor with a top rope styles clash. A 72. Rey Fenix and Penta is always going to get great performances together with excellent chemistry, and they maybe show that that match against Proud and Powerful was just a blip in the road. And then we get a promo before our main event, Adam Cole and Britt Baker. Some verbals on Saraya and PAC. They call themselves the power couple of All Elite Wrestling, and Dr. Britt Baker says she's going to put the lockjaw and shut Saraya's mouth up for good. And in 81, I'm pretty happy with that one. Good matchup. Adam Cole and Britt Baker defeat PAC and Saraya in 20:31 when Britt pins Saraya with a handful of the tights. So she has to cheat, she doesn't make her tap, but she gets the win anyway, and that gives them their first defence of the Mixed Tag Team Championships. I feel here Britt's got a long way to go in terms of overness, so I knew that was going to affect the rating a little bit. But a 55 performance, we'll build with that, we'll work with it, and stellar performances from PAC, Cole and Saraya to give us the 81. So all in all, an 81 overall, increasing their popularity in 25 regions within the world. And that gives us, I think we've probably pushed a lot more people in the mid-card that we want to get a bit further up and a bit more over. So I'm certainly happy with that. I mean, you look at that, no Omega, no Cody, no Young Bucks. I'm pretty happy with that one, it must be said. We'll jump back to the main screen, we'll see what is the haps, if anything major has went down. I've seen a few interesting name pops up, hope nothing too bad has occurred. Lars Sullivan, remember him, he's away to Impact. And Lightning was, vast majority enjoyed the show, and the viewing figures was 7.18. So apart from that, yeah, not really a lot has happened. Haven't put anything into media. I was tempted, but I'm going to leave it. We're going to keep building the funds up. So yeah, overall, we're just on the road to fight for the fallen, and then all out. So thank you very much for watching. A wee thumbs up appreciated. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to get these videos in your inbox every couple of days. Any comments on this, your own saves, wrestling in general, let me know. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.